At first, I didn't like him.
Right.
I mean, now, when I first meet people, I don't like many people.
Yeah.
I mean, that I have paranoia issues,
Yeah.
all that. But when he started to speak, I realized that he ain't a bad guy. He's just trying to get the word out there to do what you feel you need to do.
I think it helps because it just shows you a person who's gone through a bad situation, which in alternative schools is completely possible for anybody there, and it shows you that something good can come out of that.
I remember that his music, it was really pretty, a lot of it actually, and it was just emotional. Like, a lot of people liked it, but some people were kind of iffy about it because a lot of people don't like that just without the.
Right.
But it was like listening. Have you ever just sat outside and just like did nothing and listened? That's kind of what it was like.
While he was telling the story about what happened to him, you could just feel the words inside you. Like it was trying to prod a deeper part to tell you that, yeah, what you're doing is right. You should get your education, or you should go try to be a musician, or go take that leap, whatever. And it helps a lot of people, and I know it's helped me because recently my dad has almost died, and we had grown quite apart because after that he became quite vulgar and everything. And I think it's because he thought that most people didn't understand him. And the day after that, well, actually, no, it was the day of that, I went home and I said, Dad, I may not understand you, but I do understand that you're going through a lot right now, and I love you. And he did something that I have never seen him do before. He broke down into tears.
When Tatum comes, like, a lot of people talk about him here really, really highly. And I think a lot of us enjoy having him here.
And it was a challenging time for us. And he participated in this weekend, as I was saying, up at Baker Lake. And he, along with a speaker, Noemi Bond, who's a survivor of the Holocaust. She spoke within a week of that presentation, and between both of them, that changed the culture of our school completely. And I wasn't the one that was, saying that. I mean, I was hearing that from kids throughout the rest of the year. I think that was in the early spring, and through the rest of the year, the positive effects of that were felt throughout the school.
What I took away from it was the amount of soul that he brought to his music. It wasn't just music, it was a part of him. It wasn't something that he just wrote, it was something that he wrote for a purpose. It was very touching.
It also gives us something to do, because we don't really get assemblies in like a regular high school would, and having someone like that come here is like special and important to a lot of us here because we don't usually get that.
It's looked forward to.
Yeah.
Yeah, and the whole school, I mean, there's like 50 kids, so we get to listen more and
It's not like there's no interruptions.
Oh,
we don't have any field trips or anything like that.
Really?
So,
I didn't know
yeah, it's cool.
As he played his music, you can tell it reached somebody. Somehow it triggered something. Like, you could tell their emotion somehow or way. It just, like, expressed themselves. And they talked more and more as he played. And even when he was done playing, they asked for him to play more because it was so good.
The thing with him
and his performances, I don't mean it in a bad way, but it's almost like they're not really performances. It's like he's just kind of wanting to show you what he does and what makes him relieve all of the stress and all the anger, everything, and it's just really cool because he just makes you feel accepted. He makes you feel like, you know, you have a higher calling in life. I don't really know how to put it in words. It's just he has a way with words, and he has a way of explaining things, and he gets it, I guess, is the way to say it. He inspires people because of all the things he's been through and all the hardships he's faced. And seeing the fact that he could get through that, it kind of gave me hope that, you know, maybe I could get through what I was going through.
It was almost like he was writing his life story through the music that he was writing. It was really inspiring. It was like his music and, you know, what he said and stuff.
He told me a story about when he was like littler, how his violin, like his teacher told him that he could play the violin and he could be in the first row, and how he could play in front of everyone, and how his foster mom told him that he couldn't.
Yeah.
And he did it anyway, and he turned in the slip as not signed, and the teacher let him play anyway. And that just shows, like, in this school we do the same thing. Like, we're not gonna choose like who they're not gonna give you a bad time about it or anything. They're gonna support you, even if you're like pretty bad at it. They're gonna support you, and so does School Kingdom. Like, he comes around and he helps people, and even if you're really bad at something, he's gonna make you feel like you're really good at it, and he's gonna support you at that. Like,
I enjoyed the connecting family spiritual vibe that he gave out when he did it. It was a very much so, like, it goes on and it gets better, you know? Everything works out in the end, even if it doesn't look like it. At some point it's going to get better.
I'm not exactly sure what changed in my thinking, but it's like a light switch was flipped. That's about the only way I can explain it. And when it was flipped, it's like it can't be turned off.
Wow.
Because there's been a few times where I've thought, well, maybe I should just quit. And then I started thinking about Swokala, and I was like, nah, I can't. I just got to keep going.